Good morning, girls. It's Wednesday. First off, I just wanted to let you know that I am doing a punishment video, which will be epic. I will be hopefully filming it and putting it up tomorrow. I don't have time to do it today because I'm going to the state fair. Woo! I'm actually going for work, so I'm taking one of my consumers and we're going to hang out at the state fair all night. So I'm getting paid to go to the state fair, which is pretty freaking awesome. Yeah, so that will be up hopefully tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then on Friday. And also, I started reading American Gods, so Anne, you will be very happy that I started doing that. So that's technically 2 punishments because those were both suggested. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about today is to continue the discussion about the Hunger Games, because it's a fantastic book, and if you haven't read it, where have you been? But you should read it because it's really good. As with any book, there are things that I loved and things that I didn't love so much about the Hunger Games trilogy, but for the most part, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was really well written, and I thought the characters were all very well developed and very interesting, and I really felt connected to them. Even Katniss. I know Sarah Michelle talked about how you don't really feel like you need to like Katniss or you need to identify with Katniss, but I really did. I really enjoyed her character, and I enjoyed the struggle that she was going through from the very beginning, with having to care for her little sister and her mom and doing the hunting and the, breadwinning. I think it's the big sister part of me that really identifies with Katniss on that level of being the one who wants to take care of everybody and wants to make sure that everything turns out okay, and the one who would get up there and volunteer herself in place of her little sister. I definitely identify with that as an older sister. And I have to agree with what Lizzie said about the depictions of war in the book in her video on Monday, that I thought it was really effective how gritty and how gruesome the descriptions of what was going on during the Hunger Games and like the people's deaths and everything. I thought it was a really powerful image, and it really, I think, makes you think about what goes on during war and about what we're putting our soldiers through. And it makes you kind of rethink why we go to war and what the purpose of the whole thing is. And I have a lot more things that I really love about the book that I would love to tell you, but I'm very inarticulate this morning and I can't seem to get my thoughts out the way that I want them. Also, I need to reread them because I've only read through them once, and I really need to refresh my memory about everything. So after I finish reading American Gods, I will probably pick that up and reread it. I can tell you that the only thing that I didn't like about the book, the one thing that really bothered me, which is the same thing that bothered me in Harry Potter, is that at the end of Mockingjay, they just wrapped everything up in a nice little bow and everyone lived happily ever after. But it was very much like the epilogue of Deathly Hallows, where everything just got tied up nice and neat and there were no loose ends and no questions about what's going on, and I hate it when books do that, because life isn't like that. just because you go through this awful, awful experience and you deserve to have your happy ever after, doesn't mean you're gonna get it. Most of the time you're probably not going to get it. But anyway, enough about that. I will see you in my punishment video sometime in the next 2 days. And Sarah, I believe I will see you tomorrow.